So there's this really fun booktuber video going around called Things I Won't Do as a Booktuber. Heather over at Hia Booktube started it, but I've seen Ashley from Bookish Realms and Izzy from Happy for Now, and I think Jess Owens all doing it. And if anyone else, I'm gonna go ahead and tag them and link their videos down in the comments below. But it's such a fun idea, and I just wanted to go ahead and throw in my 2 cents on some things that I also won't be doing as a booktuber. First thing I'll never do is lie about how many books I've read. A stupid thing to lie about, but also just like kind of a stupid noise topic in general. The fact that you're reading, the fact that you have a book or a genre or something you want to talk about is enough. I don't care if it's 50 books you want to talk about or half of a book. How busy you are, what else is going on in your life. You know, even people who can read so fast, the longest of books go through seasons where they just can't do that. So I don't have any kind of like specific connection about the person or their ability based off of the number of books. And I just don't see any motivation to lie to you guys or anyone else about what I am or am not reading. Also, I'm never going to review a book a friend has written or review a book that I helped like edit or format or anything like that here on this channel. You know, it's possible I'll talk about it or mention it or do any other sort of thing. But I mean, when we're talking about author spaces or reviewer spaces, part of what makes that messy is how sometimes authors and reviewers have overlap. One of the ways I'm personally going to try and keep that overlap separate is like if I am doing author writing things, I might talk about them on my channel or use that experience to explain some other book, but I'm not going to specifically review that book. And likewise, I wouldn't interact with other reviewers who were reviewing something that I had either written or helped write or that a friend had written. It just seems like that's also an inappropriate crossing of the line. I'm also never going to do a book haul or a book unhaul. For starters, I really don't buy that many physical books, period. Really, most of my book budget goes to Kindle Unlimited at this juncture just because it's the most cost-effective thing for me to do. And generally speaking, I like reading independent authors and supporting them. And even though I know they don't get like a ton of money from Kindle Unlimited, it gives me an opportunity to rate, review, possibly talk about their books based off of my experience through Kindle Unlimited, where I wouldn't be able to do that if I had to pay full price for a paperback every time. But beyond my own personal budget constraints, I think that like capitalism and materialism is just like not for me. And I know everyone has a different threshold of this and do what makes you happy, but it doesn't make me happy to have stuff. I like tend to collect stuff and then get incredibly anxious about the potential of losing the stuff or like damaging the stuff or having too much of the stuff and then trying to have to like parse it out and get rid of some of it. Like all of that is bad for me. So bringing books into the house, bringing anything honestly into the house is like a bad idea for me because I will find a way to keep it forever and justify it even as it's like slowly smothering me. And based off the fact that I'm not hauling or bringing any books in, you're not going to see any book unhauls. You're also not going to see any bookshelf tours, and this is because I don't have that many physical copies of books, and most of the physical copies of books I have are like a nostalgic thing from my high school years or college years. It might not even be books I'd recommend or like right now anymore, just like stuff that has memories for me. And again, it goes back to me having bought those books and like physically holding onto them forever. I don't even know that I necessarily want them for nostalgic reasons. They're just living in my house. And the goal at this point is just not to increase the number at all. I'm also not going to be posting real-time updates on this channel. It takes me so long to script out and write videos and then film them and edit them. There's no way I could do a real-time thing. It's possible that I would do a live at some point in time, like if I had enough followers and there was interest, but that's not quite the same as real-time updates that have like no pre-planned thoughts or organization involved. I just like my things to be a little bit more reflective, and I don't necessarily like to give like super off-the-cuff responses. The closest I come right now is I give reviews for books I've read on YouTube Shorts. Those I usually try to do within a day or two of actually reading the book, so I haven't 100% fully formed my thoughts and opinions. I'm just giving you like a little taste of what's to come in the wrap-up. But even then, like not usually right after I finish the book. Usually I give it a day or two where I think about it first. I'm also never going to tell other people how to run their channels. I'm doing what works for me and trying new things, experimenting, always trying to like grow and evolve and improve. And I don't know really about success or failure on my channel. So I am definitely not someone who's going to give advice to others or tell other people what to do or not do. I might give advice or explain my own process as like a way that other people could get started if they wanted to, or try something if they wanted to. But I'm not generally going to prescribe the best or only way to do things. I don't really believe that there's just like one and only one way to do almost anything, but especially something that's kind of a creative outlet like video, film, or reading books. I'm not going to allow any hate in the comments. Right now the channel is small enough that I actually screen all the comments before they're approved. And if you want to be a little bit silly or you want to be controversial or whatever, that's fine. But like, I don't allow any hateful language. In fact, I don't even screen those out. I have a ton of hateful language that's just banned on the channel. But I also don't like allow conspiracy theories or other weird things. I have a couple of book reviews and show reviews that are on more diverse topics or more diverse people, and sometimes they get weird comments on those videos, or like sometimes I get ageist comments or sexist comments and you guys just don't see them. What happens behind the scenes is if there's not actually a slur in them, I usually end up having to see them and approve or disapprove of them. So I read them, I decide whether or not they're actually hate speech, and if they are, I report them to YouTube. And if they're not, but they're still not something I want on the channel, I go ahead and I block them. So this channel is definitely not free speech. I definitely try to put other people's safety and like productive discussion first. And if you guys ever do see something in the comments that like I haven't caught or I didn't understand or maybe I was too relaxed with, feel free to let me know. Because while I want discussion in the comments, I'm open to different points of view. There's a difference between that and like being mean or hateful for no reason. And I'm also never gonna do a video every day. It takes me so long to do these videos, guys. There's no way I could film, edit, and post every single day. I guess I could do it in advance potentially, but it would just be a lot. I tried something kind of close to that going into Shadow and Bone. And in that case, I went through these 2 videos I had reviewing season 1 of the Netflix TV show, and I took like little short snippets from it, turned those into shorts, and scheduled them out. So I think I actually posted like twice a day, every day for like 2 weeks, just taking material that already existed on the channel and posting it into like really short sound bites. That's not the same as actually making and uploading a video for every day, or even like a unique short for every day, which I don't think I could do either. And that's everything that I can think of that I definitely won't be doing on Booktube. But what about you guys? Do you have any common bookish habits or YouTube habits or filming habits that you see everyone else doing that you just know you will never do? Tell me about it in the comments down below. And as always, keep reading.